Alrighty, welcome back everybody. In today's video, this is going to be another comparison video. I will be comparing the Radioactive Vibe to the Ocean Vibe. So I'm going to get into the specs of the two balls a little bit later in the video when I'm out on the lanes. Now these are lower end pieces in Hammer's line of balls. So I'm a little bit concerned about what the balls are going to do out on the lane because this is a relatively fresh house pattern. Not the ideal conditions for either of these balls. The Ocean Vibe is basically my burn ball. It's the ball I use when the lane is fried, short oil volume or light oil volume. That ball really likes to shine. In typical house conditions with a lot of oil, on the lane, a relatively decent amount of oil, that ball tends to move very small. It's very straight to the pocket type of ball. Especially the more oil that's on the lane. So I'm kind of curious to see what that ball does. Now the Radioactive Vibe is a solid version of the Vibe, so even though it has the new HK22 additive in the cover, I expect that ball to outhook the Ocean Vibe a lot, simply because it's a solid compared to a Pearl. But I'm going to bring it out onto lane 17 here at North Bowl Lanes, and we will see you down there. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. So thank you for sticking through that intro. So as I said in the intro, I'll be going over the two Vibes today. Now, I'm throwing this on a typical house shot. These Vibes are lower end pieces, medium to light oil, so I'm really curious to see what these kind of do on the lane. I know what these balls do, but to these lane conditions, these balls aren't going to shine as bright.
What the hell?
Or I can just, you know, first shot of the day, just miss completely left. As I said in the intro, I did break my bowling hand recently. So I'm still trying to rehab the injury, really kind of get through all the processes. So in this video, I'm going to be throwing about 6 or 7. I usually say 5 or 6, but I tend to be going overboard a little bit per ball. Really getting lined up, really trying to see where this ball needs to play. So right now I'm about 22 with my feet. And I'm really going to try and get it out to like the first arrow just because this ball needs to play right. Five. So with this particular ball, the Radioactive Vibe, one of the things that really separates this ball from the rest is the fact that this is the first time Hammer put HK22 on a lower end piece in their arsenal line. The Vibe has the Vibe Core, which has been in every Vibe. So it's a lower end piece, relatively weak. It's got a differential of 0.042 and a RG of 2.50 or 2.510. Not that makes big of a difference, but it says on their website, gives you a lot of length with a strong back end, which is exactly what I see from this ball. Now it has the CT, or the HK22 CT Max Reactive cover stock. Now that's a whole lot of mouthful. So I just say it's the HK22 solid cover stock. Now, because it has that HK22 additive, this ball hits like a truck. All of the balls that I have that HK22 additive hit like crazy, which is a good thing. You want your bowling ball to hit hard, but it really kind of smooths out the piece. Now, if I was bowling on kind of a trash lane, this would be better for this video. But because of the lane condition, it's really forcing me further right than I wanted to be. So right now I'm at middle arrow. I'm not even playing the left side of the lane. So I'm aiming at first arrow, directly at first arrow, pumping it right up the board. That ball was way way up the back. 0 axis rotation on that bad boy. Now I got a strike, didn't look pretty. Missed the pocket right a little bit because I didn't have any rotation on the ball whatsoever. But it's because the ball is really pushing me right. Now, I've seen a lot of people have success with this ball. I've also heard a lot of people compare this ball to the Hustle Ink from several years ago. Now, I've had a Hustle Ink before. I see the similarities. And that's going to go right down the middle. That's cute. Brooklyn strike. Right down the middle of the lane because I was talking while I was in my approach. Now, the Hustle Ink was a roto grip ball that I've had. I actually had 2 of them. One was a gift after I actually bought the ball, so, you know, that's always fun. But it was kind of the ball I would use right before my Hustle Wine, which was my favorite all-time roto grip ball before I made the switch. I threw that ball probably 500 times in league just because I love that ball so much. But anyway, back to the Radioactive. So that ball is definitely reading late. It's going through the mid lane really nice, really smooth. But it doesn't look like, and you'll see it in the video, it won't appear like this ball is hooking a ton. That's because these balls aren't designed to hook a ton. These balls are kind of a, whatever you tell the ball to do, it'll do it. You want to get under the ball goes straight. You want to get off the side of the ball's gonna roll very funky. This ball does what you tell it to do, and it's not gonna overreact or underreact. It'll do what you tell it to do. That was more so in the middle of the lane again. Right through the nose. So I'm gonna throw one more with the Vibe. I know I haven't been striking a whole lot, but when you're comparing 2 pieces, the product and the final, basically like what the ball does to the pins isn't as important as what the balls say about each other. So when you're doing a comparison video, I like to focus on how one ball is different from the next and not really, oh, this ball is gonna shoot you a 300 every time you throw it. Oh, that was nasty. Damn! So, like I was saying, the ball's forcing me right. Because of the conditions in the lane, it needs a little bit more of those dry boards. So I really have to push it right. Now, I'm going to move on to the Ocean Vibe. It has the same cover stock as the Radioactive Vibe, minus the HK22 additive. Add a Pearl additive into the cover stock. So it's got that CT reactive Pearl cover stock. Now, like I said, this is my burn ball. I'm going to be playing dead straight, dead right, and we will see how this first shot goes. Now that looked really nice. The 10 fell kind of late. It felt really good off my hand because that is the area I am most comfortable playing with this ball. Now, that ball 100% made it about 2 feet further down lane, a little closer to the indicators before it started to hook. The Radioactive hooked way sooner than that. I could see it with my own eyes. The ball started reading way earlier than the Ocean Vibe. Let's recreate the same thing. Way left, way across, way gross. So that's my biggest problem since I've come back from my injury is staying consistent, keeping the ball in front of me, and keeping the lane in front of me. And my biggest mistake I've been making since coming back is my arm going across my body and the ball hitting the middle of the lane as soon as I throw it. I've been speeding up. I need to slow down I always tell bowlers who I see who are struggling, who are always getting in their head, just take a deep breath, slow down at the line, slow your feet down, and just do you. That looked a lot better. So I slowed down, not my ball speed, just my overall tempo, and it got the result that I wanted it to. Now, like I said earlier, the results don't really matter, but the lane condition for these balls isn't perfect, and it's really pushing me further and further right. I'm going to throw 2 more shots with this. I'm trying not to make these videos super long, because I know you guys don't want to be watching a 30-minute video, and I don't blame you. That split the 8-9 beautifully. Now I know you guys don't want to be watching a 30-minute video, and also my camera's battery, or my camera, shuts off kind of whenever it wants. So I have to make sure that when I'm actually filming these videos, my camera is actively running, and the further, or the more I record and the longer the video gets, the higher the chance that the video is going to cut short. I know when I was doing my web videos, that cut short. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, really quick, I'm just going to check my camera's battery, super quick.
A few moments later.
Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I needed to check on the battery and everything, and battery was running low. There's a timer that's like, oh, you got to turn the camera off, yada yada yada. Anyway, what I'm going to be doing now, as you noticed in the first part of this video, is I've been playing very right. I am going to try and do the exact opposite now, and I'm going to show you what I mean by these balls are not meant for these lanes at its current condition. Right now, basically a fresh ass pattern, couple of maybe 1 or 2 games bowled on it. I have the Radioactive Vibe, and I am playing further left. Slides through, misses the pocket. Now I'm going to slow down a lot because I want to try and strike from that area. However, me personally, I would not be throwing this particular ball on this particular lane because of its condition and because of the weakness of the ball. I would want something stronger. I would definitely be going with the Widow 2.0 or the Web Pearl just because it's stronger. I know what the ball is going to do. So I'm at about 26, or actually 30 with my feet, playing left to right into the pocket. So I got to the pocket, but I had way too much head pin deflection and it wasn't clean through the pocket. So I'm going to try that one more time. I'm going to slow the ball down even more. Now I tend to throw the ball about 15 and a half. Right now I think I'm at like 13, maybe. All right, left. Here we go. Slow hook, slow hook, slow hook, slow hook, right into the pocket. Now that was a really nice strike. It was flush, really nice. Not where I want to be playing, not the ball I want to be throwing right now. So I'm basically 30 with my feet, out to the second arrow, throwing it ridiculously slow. Now I'm going to do the same thing, the Ocean Vibe. What do I expect? This ball will not hit the pocket no matter how hard I try. I will throw this ball 10 miles an hour and it'll probably still not get there. Well, I was wrong. It hit the pocket, it hit the head pin, too much deflection. I really like the Ocean Vibe. Last game of League, especially if you're bowling in a league with 4 or more people on each team, you probably have 20, 30, 40, 50 balls going down the lane by the end of the first game. So when you get to the end of the third game or the end of the second game, the lane is super juicy. There's nothing on it, super fried. Now that looked really nice. That actually looked a little bit better than the Vibe. second shot anyway. Again, not the ball I'd be throwing right now. I'm going to throw one more with the Ocean Vibe from the left, and then I'm going to throw one more with the Radioactive from where I would prefer to throw that ball, and same thing with the Ocean Vibe, and then I will wrap this video up. So I'm at about 29 with my feet, slow hooking it through the oil. Yeah, and when you start to play that deep into the lane, you really enhance your chances of creating too much angle into the pocket and leaving some really nasty splits or some stone 7, stone 8. For me, I get a lot of ringing 10 pins because I have way too much angle into the pocket. So I'm going to be throwing the Radioactive Vibe with its CT Reactive Plus HK22 solid cover stock, that mouthful there, where I prefer to play. No! I lofted the first 3 feet. Or, that was awful. Try that one more time. I mean, it struck, but not the way I wanted it to. Alright, so I'm at 17 with my feet-ish. I'm right of the middle arrow. That's so much better. Oh, that ball hits like a truck. So much better. So, hopefully I throw the ball decent. And I will wrap up this video with one more final strike with the Radioactive Vibe. And I will send all of y'all home happy. Come on, that's got a chance. Nope.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
So I gave that ball a little bit too much speed. I got kind of under the ball a little bit. And it started to pick up a little bit sooner than I wanted it to. So I have to play a little bit further to the right. Because that ball was a little bit too much into the oil. I'm going to try to get under the ball a little bit more. Let's try that one more time. 17 with my feet. Play right. Or I miss for the second consecutive time. So sometimes what I tend to do when I have to play right is I end up drifting left and throwing the ball over the middle of the lane. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a half step to my left, but aim in the same spot on the lane. So I'm going to keep my eyes the same spot on first arrow, but I'm going to stand with my right foot directly over the middle arrow. That's better. That's so much better. So I appreciate everybody for watching this video, for checking out any of my other videos. Thank you to North Bowl Lanes, thank you to Bowlify, and if you like these videos or anything else on my channel, feel free to subscribe. Like the videos, you don't have to, but it just shows me that you guys are supporting what I'm doing, and I look forward to seeing everybody out on the lanes. Please, everybody, have a wonderful, safe day.